Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. You may have noticed that the last 3 videos I uploaded had no sound. That's because we did have guests over and there was a lot of noise. I did try one with sound, but it was just the background noise was coming through way too much. And we're doing something I did tell Mr. Bellamy on my comment on his channel I wouldn't do, but I will do it. This is a course called The Guiles. It's by a new designer. We will jump in and have a look, and we only have one lot of teas. We will go pin set 2. As always guys, as you can see, everything is being left at default. Mr. Bellamy only made it halfway through, completely understandable. It does have a couple of par 6s on it, I believe, which yeah, I'm in no way a fan of, but it is a new designer, so I do at least want to encourage the designer by showing him that yes, people are willing to play his course, but hopefully the designer will also be watching this and hopefully taking notes. Definitely for your first 9 holes, check out Mr. Bellamy's review and listen to him, because he's bang on with what he's saying. So I'm not expecting anything spectacular. It is a new designer, but we will see how it goes. So this will be put down as number 53 in the Voodoo versus Mr. Bellamy, even though Mr. Bellamy didn't finish the course, but just for argument's sake. And of course we've got super strong winds.
And there you have it folks, first drive of the event. And a promising looking shot here.
I'm not even really going to comment on this hole for the fact that it's a par 6, and to me that's just absolute crap. But I have noticed there are more and more designers putting these par 6s and the likes in the game, so it may be something I just have to get used to.
And that was a fantastic shot.
And we are on
6 green and 3 strokes is going to set up an interesting eagle putt here.
We will walk away with the birdie on this hole.
And this for the birdie.
I will say this about the first hole: the green plays absolutely great, so shout out to the designer for that. At least the green play is good. And this is a very, very sharp dog leg. The designer has at least left us with what appears to be a little shortcut, and I will chance it. And we're going to be in the rough, but That's alright.
Probably not happy about that shot.
And the light rough is not too punishing at all. And we will have a look
22 feet to the cup.
At another birdie opportunity. And we kiss the birdie goodbye. That's alright.
And this putt's for par.
So what you see is what you get with me, guys. Even if I have a round that's 15 over, even that won't exactly be exciting for you guys to watch. It will still be posted, trust me. Alrighty. I'm going to try and sneak this under the wind a bit. And guys, I hate the blind tee shot, so expect a little bit of criticism if you ask me to review your course and you have blind tee shots.
And nothing wrong
They
with
are
that shot.
absolutely pointless in this game. I get the point of them in real life, but in the game they are absolutely useless, so...
Oh, that was close.
And it looks like we are picking up our first bogey off the round.
And this for the bogey.
But that's alright, we still have a heap of holes to go.
He's going to go up to even par. And now the fourth hole.
Alright, we have a reasonably short par 4. Don't know if I can clear them trees, but let's give it a crack.
Ooh, looks like he's
Nope, not even close.
And he can't be too happy
But
with that shot.
That's alright. I am going to loft this up just a touch and see how we go. It does give us a look at the birdie, so...
And pretty sure he's going to like that. And this putt is for birdie.
And my theory is, guys, if anything on the green is puttable...
Ooh, and that one's very, very close.
And we missed the birdie, but we will be picking up the par.
Alright, let's take a peek at the leaderboard now.
Excuse my voice, guys, but I just got back from band rehearsals, so my voice is a little iffy at the moment. We do have a par 3, and I've got to believe this is going to be pretty good.
And it looks like a 6-iron.
And we will have a look at a birdie here.
And about 4 feet from the cup. For the bird.
Truthfully, guys, nothing spectacular about this course so far. But I am fully aware and keeping in mind that it is a new designer, so... I will give him at least credit for trying.
Well, so far so good for this one.
And we do land that nicely in the fairway. Truthfully, guys, I can honestly say I doubt this designer's ever played a real round of golf. And if the designer would like to correct me on that, feel free to do so if you're watching. But yeah, just the way you've set up your course, yeah, it's pretty obvious to tell. Still the big thing going for you is that your greens are playing reasonably well. So I will give you credit for that.
Yeah, that next putt is going to be
Your bunker work, from what I've seen, looks pretty good.
Yeah, and that one's right in the cup.
But yeah, definitely for your next course,
6 under par. That's where ours
really sit down, maybe watch some
Let's see what the 7th hole has in store today.
actual golf, and or go online, have a look at actual golf courses and just learn how to get a bit more realistic on your designs.
It's going right through the brush on this one.
And we are going to be in the rough. Alright, and the heavy rough is actually quite punishing, which is fine. I have no issue being in a rough and being punished.
I think you'll like that. And this for the birdie.
And we do pick up another birdie there.
And after that one, 3 under for the day. And he's also tied for 12th place on the leaderboard.
Alright, let's have a look.
Sounds like he's going through the branches here.
Alright, that's not too bad given the fact I went through
And he'll be happy with that.
the branches. That definitely had the potential to be a lot worse. Also to the designer, if by some slim chance he is watching, I'm not saying anything to bag your course or discourage you or anything like that. I'm just trying to give you
27 feet to the cup.
helpful tips and pointers to make your course better, and when you do design, hopefully it will get a lot more plays.
And for the par.
And we do pick up the par there. So with how short that hole was, that seriously should have been an easy birdie.
And teeing off on this next hole, the wind could come into play. Let's find out.
And another blind tee shot. I don't know what the obsession is lately, but it seems so many designers are having these blind tee shots.
And this is a 4-iron. This shot may be a bit long, folks.
And we trickle off into a rough, so that's fine.
Bit too much club on that one. This one's about 6 feet away.
But he actually has a nice looking green here. So,
It's gonna drop for par.
yeah, that would have looked so much better without that blind tee shot there.
Standing tap for that one.
We do move on
Let's see
to
what
the
10th has in store.
back nine, which we will see what we get. Alright, here's my problem here, fella. I don't mind bunkers cutting into the fairway a bit, but to only give someone that much fairway to land on in strong winds is complete and utter crap and so unrealistic. So that definitely needs to be
This one's
improved.
looking like it's in the fairway.
Because if I was using the beginner clubs, unless I clubbed right down, I would have
And about
no other choice than to
55
land
yards
in the
out.
bunker. And you should actually be especially if you're only having the one lot of tees, you have to think of every club. From the beginner to the
Nice putts
masters.
for birdie.
I do of course use the pro clubs. And I will say this, for a new
He's right around
designer,
the
he
8-foot mark.
at least has decent greens, so...
Oh my goodness.
And it
close,
looks like
very
we're picking up a
close.
birdie here. And we may have our first problem. I will have a look at this in a minute.
20 feet.
Alright, that's... Alright, in an ideal world, those yellow lines should not be in that 3x3 squared. But, that's alright.
Ooh, just missing here. And this putt is for double bogey. Okay, and now we will take a look at the
I'm
leaderboard.
happy with just having the
And 100.
squared at the pin is in B flat, but in a perfect world it should be at least smack bang in the middle of 9 squares, but I'm also realistic enough to know it's not a perfect world, so...
Oh well, this is an insanely powerful drive off the tee here, folks.
And another thing I will say about this is I'm fairly confident that
And
the
about 205 yards to the pin.
designer hasn't actually played through on this. Or if he has, I highly doubt he's played all the pin locations.
Well, looks like he's going through the branches here on this one.
And we're in the rough again, that's
That
fine.
was a poor approach. Seems to me the wind may have gotten a hold of that shot.
That's nothing too major being in the rough, so... But I will say, guys,
10 feet to go here.
if you are a designer, just make sure you play through your course. Like,
Ooh, that looked good.
not just once, but numerous times. Hit the bad shots, hit into the rough, hit into the bunkers, just so you know how your course plays from every angle, every pin and every tee location.
Looking too good. And the par putt drops.
But that is just my advice, guys.
No change in the ranking. Okay, moving on to the 12th.
Of course, this course definitely needs a lot of tweaking. I will say that. And I'm pretty sure most people will agree with me on that.
Well, this is a close one. It could end up in the fairway.
That's alright, we're having a look at your bunker here. But, great work on the little lake. If only you had put as much into the course, it'd be spectacular. But, for the most part, your greens have still been very playable, so I'm not really going to hold that one bad pin location against you.
And nothing wrong with that shot. And this putt is for birdie.
And that definitely wasn't hit anywhere near hard enough. And that's going to come back down to us.
And this putt is for par. And this one for bogey.
And it looks like we are picking up another bogey here.
Ooh, and just inches away from greatness.
We are in fact picking up a double bogey.
For the double. And now let's take a look at the leaderboard. And the score to beat today, 5 under par for our leader. All right.
That's all right.
What happens on the 13th hole here?
We have had rough winds, so and another par 3 that looks good with a block tee shot.
Nice shot. I think you'll like that. This one's about 2 feet from the cup.
But your greens look good, plenty of room,
And that one's gonna
with the exception of that one pin, which isn't even really that bad.
And now setting up
Very playable greens, so I will give you credit for that. Your fairways, on the other hand, like that, definitely need some major tweaking.
And I'm not quite sure where this one's going to end up. And this lie is currently in the rough.
But yeah, it's funny, you can tell the guys that have actually stepped foot on a real golf course and those that haven't.
And from 24 feet away.
As I said, guys, I know a lot of people hate fantasy courses. I don't mind them, but don't try and piss down my back and tell me it's raining and say that this is a fantasy course. It's not. He has
About 5 feet to go here.
tried to create a realistic course, but
And a decent
falls
putt.
short on a lot of things.
And after that hole, he will stay at even par.
I do hope this designer keeps designing. I do see some potential in him. Okay, and this I hate to no end. You want to split fairway? That's fine, I'm cool with the split fairways. But why just have this little bit of crap here? Why not run a creek right through it? So it looks at least half realistic. And here's the problem, I had to drop back 3 clubs to my hybrid,
Gotta be happy with that.
or I would have ended up in there on a stupidly, ridiculously long hole. And you can say, oh, it's par 6. Well, par 6 or not, it's crap. I can understand a par 6 on some mini golf courses, but in real life, get the hell out of here. It's absolutely pointless. I'd probably be fine with a par 6 on a fantasy course. But as far as I'm concerned, this designer definitely has a lot of work to do.
And he's taking this through some brush here. I think you'll like that.
And I bet you if I was to ask the designer what was the point of the par 6s
And this putt's for birdie.
on what is meant to be a realistic course, he wouldn't be able to tell me. Of course, they're absolute crap and there's no
This
need
putt's
for
about
them.
a 2-footer here.
Like I said, on fantasy courses like the Predator or Wallaby Creek or somewhere like that, but yeah, I'd probably swallow a par 6 on there. But yeah, okay, fair enough. And once again, he's loving these bunkers and giving us stuff all fairway. But I do get around there.
Okay, about 185 yards to the pin.
And I'm going to have to come up with something absolutely spectacular here. Because even though I hit my driver, I still couldn't make it all the way around that corner.
Going with the 3-iron.
Nor has he left a way for people who use the pro or beginner clubs to really get through. So that is definitely something that the designer needs to address and work on. And if you think I'm being harsh, I say, no, I'm not. I'm being honest. And yes, I know the truth does hurt from time to time, but as I've said my whole life, I'd rather be slapped in the face with the truth than kissed with a lie, so...
This one's a 9-footer. Ooh, almost.
And we are picking up
And this putt is for the double bogey.
another double.
And currently sitting at 2 over for the day. Okay, and setting up on the 17th tee.
Sorry about that, guys. Just have to have a quick drink because my throat is absolutely killing from band practice. And yet again, we're doing this crap with the fairway.
And nicely done. Looking like we'll have some fairway here.
But that is definitely one of the bigger gaps he has put on the fairway for us to work with, so perhaps he is learning as he goes along. That's a nasty little green there, and nasty pin location, but we will have a crack at it and see how this plays out. And that barely just holds on there. You have kept the yellow out of the 9 squares, so I will give you credit for that pin location.
Oh my goodness, just missed.
And we missed the birdie.
This putt's looking to be about 2 feet.
So it looks like, barring some sort of miracle, guys, that we are going to end up over par on this course. And seriously, bloke, this is why you need to play your course, fella. And you got to, like, not only do I have to try and land it bang on that, I've got to try and land it smack bang in the middle, or it's going to roll off either side. Like, even if I hit a good shot, you have punished me. And that, my friend, is
we'll find some fairway here.
Just not on at all. Like, even if I would have hit the perfect shot there, I so easily could have been punished. But you can definitely tell that
rough, but could not be. Let's find out.
the designers just seem to have
Okay, and 135 yards to the pin.
willy-nilly his way through the fairway and without much thought. And it shows, trust me.
Going with the 9 iron. I think this might be a bit long. Okay, and he's on the green now. And this next putt for a final round score of 76. Ooh, and just inches away. And for the par.
Plug my control back in.
And that one will drop.
And we do get the par
As this event comes to
overall,
an end,
guy.
I think he's going to be going back to the practice range, working on his game
Seriously,
for the next event.
I'm going to give that
And that's going to do it for the broadcast here today, folks. from myself and all the hardworking people here at the PGC Network. Thank you so
I'm going to
much
be
for tuning
very
in,
generous here
and we'll see you next time.
and give it 2 stars. 1 course, for the most part, his greens were great, plenty of room on the greens and playable. And the second star course, the lake he had on, I think like the 10th hole, was actually very well done. Had it not been for them, he wouldn't have even got a star, guys. So yes, I am a tough critic, but what I say is in order to make your designs better. Alright guys, I'll catch you all next video.